Origins Homosexuals, and this is the Electrician reviews. The USS O'Bannon attacked the enemy with potatoes. Okay, is that a... Does potato means some kind of an ammunition or something, or you mean literally potatoes? I don't know. This version, obviously, the Electrician. Somehow I missed this video, but yeah, this is another submarine shenanigans or some shit, right? I'm pretty sure it's a submarine, but yeah. So, what? Okay, that's... yeah, so, I've seen videos of how, a warship basically sank an entire island and many weird shit, including that incident that even Salmonella covered about, attacking your own president and like all the confusion and shit. So military history is basically littered with things like that. Insane stuff. When you really think about it and like really analyze it, it makes sense. But yeah, whenever you hear it, it's like, what the fuck, right? So this is, if they actually attacked enemy with potatoes. First of all, how does that even work, right? How do you attack an enemy? What, you just throw potato at like propellers or something to disable them so they can't move? I don't know. How do you attack with potato? If you take potatoes and attack somebody physically in a bar fight, that's still not going to do much, right? It's a potato. I don't know how this works, but yeah, it's going to be awesome. It's a Electrician video. So yeah, remember to like, subscribe, so that way I know which videos to react to more. I like stories like this, the way how Electrician covers it, right? All the insane stories like this. Somehow only Electrician covers this because I've never seen anybody else, cover like this. Obviously, Salmonella covered one of the video that Electrician covered as well about attacking your own president and things like that, right? But usually, whatever Electrician talks about, I've never seen anybody else talk about. So it's always interesting. So that's always fun. Yeah.
Alright, today we're talking about my favorite flagellum. That's a seaman tail. Naval legend, whatever. Anyways. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the USS O'Bannon. It is one of 175 American Fletcher-class destroyers. Weighing in at 2,050 tons, this small...
Oh, wait a minute. It's a destroyer, not a submarine. I don't know why it looked like submarine to me. But yeah, it's a destroyer.
Ship packs a punch. Rocking 5 5-inch guns, 10 21-inch torpedo tubes, and 2 barrels of potatoes. What? You see, it all went down on April 5th, 1943, when the USS O'Bannon would come upon an enemy submarine that was traveling along the surface. Going unnoticed and approaching from behind the USS O'Bannon would get visual confirmation that there were over a dozen enemy sailors sleeping on top of the submarine, basking in the sun. It is at this point that the USS O'Bannon yells Leroy Jenkins, puts the engines at full speed, and attempts to ram the submarine. And then at the last possible second, somebody realizes it is probably a terrible idea to ram a submarine full of explosives with your own boat. So they would veer off course at the last possible second, narrowly missing the submarine, but effectively pulling up right next to it like it was a fucking parking lot. Needless to say, this both woke up and scared the holy shit out of the enemy crew. But the ship and the submarine were so close that the guns on the O'Bannon couldn't aim low enough to actually hit the sub. So the crew of the O'Bannon and the enemy sailors are just kind of looking at each other like, the fuck? Then the enemy sailors were...
Oh yeah. we played those video games, right? Wherever you have to aim but suddenly realize like you can't like really turn, right? It usually is like survive the horde type of element, right? When you realize, oh, they're outside of the range, they're that close. So they actually happen in real life. Wait a minute, we're supposed to attack a submarine, but now we can't because, the guns can't aim. We are literally there. Imagine the panic, like, what the fuck? They're just there, right? Submarine's probably just gonna like suddenly go. Obviously, that would be the thing. They'll go underwater instantly because they're submarine. Why would they stay up? So I'm guessing they basically throw potatoes at them or something. I don't know. Like, potatoes still have like energy to it, calories. It has calories. It's an energy, right? So maybe they ignite it somehow and throw it there. I don't know what to think of that.
Would remember that there's a 3-inch gun on top of their submarine, and they would frantically start preparing it to fire at the USS O'Bannon. The Americans had no weapons on them, so they resorted to doing the only thing they could. They just started fucking throwing shit at them. And coincidentally, there was 2 barrels of potatoes there. So they just started yeeting these fucking potatoes at them like they're trying to ruin their keto diet. And to the Americans' surprise, the enemy crew starts freaking the fuck out. They're diving away from the potatoes. They're kicking them in the water. They're trying to throw them back at the O'Bannon. It's just complete fucking chaos on top of the enemy sub because they thought the potatoes were grenades. This gave the crew of the O'Bannon just enough time to put enough distance between them and the sub that they could aim the 5-inch guns at the submarine. Needless to say, they would hit it because, well, America, we can hit the moon with a people bullet. We're definitely going to be able to hit a submarine at point blank range.
Okay, so what happened is that in any movies, right? When you realize, like, you know, what is it, like Jim Carrey type of movies? When you can't really fight back at somebody, you just throw whatever you have, right? Just to distract them before you, like, have advantage. That's what happened here. Like, oh, wait a minute, our guns can point at it. Just throw potatoes at them. They panic just enough time so they can aim now. They're, like, far enough distance they can aim now. That is insanity, right? And they're like, what the fuck, it's grenades. Potato-looking grenades. Wait a minute, they're just potatoes. Imagine that, right? Imagine going back if you survive after that and just like, yeah, we got just our ass whooped because we thought potatoes were grenades. And that just gave them enough time to basically, you know, make distance. If you're a submarine against some warship like that, this would be the position where you have advantage, right? Only reason you don't have advantage anymore because you thought potatoes are grenade. How do you report that back?
They would then double back, hit it with a couple depth charges, permanently turning that submarine into a Yamato-class coral reef. If you're not picking up what I'm putting down, I'm trying to tell you that the crew of the O'Bannon just quack-banged an entire naval vessel with a fucking potato. Oh my god, it's a spud bang grenade. And can we address the fact that the American unhealthcare reputation is so fucking gnarly that we threw a potato at them, and the enemy just went full Admiral Akbar? How's the old saying go? Give a man a fish, he'll eat for a day. But if an American gives you a potato, fucking run because it's probably a grenade. I'm gonna be completely honest, I could die right now happy if I knew that one of those crew members yelled, "You should have had a..."
Yeah, seriously, man, I'm not gonna lie. The US has this reputation, like, you have a certain situation, fuck the, you know, like, whatever, you know, like, rule book you have, you just try to, you know, like, try to be ingenious with whatever situation. That's what US is known for, right? If you've seen all the military history of all the warfare, there's always somebody in the center of it trying to come up with new ideas. It will be surprising when, like, American throws a, you know, potato at you. You basically think like there must be more to this than that. Maybe they figure out some way to make potato into some kind of a fucking bomb or something. Maybe potato will explode. Who the fuck knows? Maybe there's a grenade inside a potato or something. They put some kind of gunpowder in it or something. There is something. Surely they wouldn't just throw potatoes at us like, you know, it's like nothing. There you go, potatoes, right? It's not like some, you know, like frantic, okay, I'm going to throw potatoes just enough so I can have distraction. No way it's that.
V8 when they threw a potato. And I can hear my comment section already. Buh, you know the captain of the O'Bannon said that didn't actually happen. Buh. Yeah, I do know that. I also know that multiple lower enlisted people say that it did happen. Now, I've worked in retail, I've worked in restaurants, I was in the military, and now I do construction, and I can tell you one thing for sure. If all the people at the bottom of the chain of command are saying that something happened, and the one dude at the top that's responsible for all those boneheads is like, no it didn't, that shit absolutely happened. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. February shirts are now live at thefatelectrician.com. So yeah, Spud Bang out. Oh, that's going to be a shirt.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that is so true, right? Obviously, the official guy is not going to say it happened, right? You can't have that official statement, globally, just like, oh, this is what we did. But if people are saying, we definitely did that. Yeah, it probably happened, right? Even if it didn't, like, I mean, there's many things that happens that we don't hear about, right? So this is like, like, how do you say it? Like, where the flag is, right? Where the goal post is, in a way, throwing potatoes at your enemy. Something more ridiculous that could have happened that we never heard about, or something less of that. But basically, this is where the things are, right? I can see this happening. I can see, like, throwing potatoes and everybody just panicking, right? This is embarrassing as fuck for the submarine, right? It just basically sank with the mine and everything. And I'm pretty sure, like, people that are in the submarine while it's sinking is like, yeah, we deserve this shit, right? No way we just mistaken potatoes for grenades. Right, well, there was USS O'Bannon attacked the enemy with potatoes, literally. I thought it's going to be like potatoes as some kind of a slang or term for some kind of a weapon. No, it's literal potatoes. This is over the channel of the Electrician. If you like my recent, don't forget to subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you next time.